Hey, hey, SBG, solution-based gang, like, share, subscribe. Say no to rim, brothers, mothers, fear and sell no good suckers. Hype him up, hype him up. Shouts out Sharon Bracy and the Wildest. Wake up morning show, salute, big dog, shout out to the Lord. PH, Diva, salute, Brownsville, SBG, solution-based gang.
Good day, everyone. How are we doing today? All right. I forgot to do it. Yeah. It is going down in the political world. Absolutely. It is going down. Why? I don't know. Why are they so wild? I don't know. Man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, what's up, Boricua? Boricua. Good day to you, beautiful. How are you doing today? All I do know, it's getting strange out there. It's getting strange out there, Royce. That's all I do know. What's going on with our goddamn commander-in-chief? What is going on with him? Why is he acting the way how he acting? Can somebody please explain it to me so I can understand, so I can get the gist of why he is moving this way? You feel what I'm saying, B-Love? Good day, beautiful. How you doing? Good day, B-Love. How are you doing today? It's just so wild out here. This politics and everything. What you mean? Everything's good? All right, everything's moving properly? All right, well, let's get into it. Let's get into what is going on in the world today. What the world needs now. Just love somehow. Oh, man. Like, did anybody see RFK talking that nonsense? You know, Bobby Kennedy's boy. You know, the man's out here saying that the little snip it might cause autism. I said, what? Yes. That's what RFK say. That's what RFK said, goddamn. Black man unfiltered. Can you believe what RFK is saying? That if you snip your young man, that you might give him autism. That's right. Circumcisions is linked to autism. I would like to know, Black man unfiltered, how you feel about that? Do you think it's true? Because, man, I don't know. It's a weird thing. That's like, I don't know. That's like blaming your haircut for your credit score. It don't make no damn sense. It don't make no sense. So RFK, he gets up in the goddamn meeting and says there's 2 studies that shows circumcised boys have double the rate of autism. And everybody in the room just blinked. Like, did he just say that out loud? Yes, he did, Don. He said it out loud. I am tough talking, Don. What are you talking about? Now is it what? Why you gotta bring up Kamala? Have nothing to do with this. Kamala got nothing to do with RFK saying that circumcision is the reason. And the reason is you I don't. Black Men Unfiltered. Are you a black conservative? Oh, let me see. I don't know how I do it, but let me see. We are gonna do this.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
It says, Sharon, bring back those blue people super chats. God damn it. Which ones? I ain't see no blue people. Where the blue people at? Well, we're gonna try. I'm gonna go look for the blue people super chats. They still crying. Oh, but here's the thing with the whole RFK thing, man. Like I don't understand it. He says it's not the snip itself, right? What he's saying is the Tylenol that gave the baby, they gave the baby Tylenol afterward. You know what I'm saying? He said, here's your lollipop. Now, good luck with your neurological development. Now, let's break this down. The studies he's talking about is from Denmark. And I'm just saying, like, hey, you know, my wife likes bacon. Danish pastries are delicious. But their autism research, I don't know if that's what we should be going on. The study looked at Muslim boys who got circumcised in hospitals. But here's a twist. Those kids were already in a hospital for other stuff. So maybe they had other medical issues. You cannot blame a fire truck for the fire. It doesn't work that way. Make sure you're hitting that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. And the Tylenol part, I'm just not understanding. That's, you know, RFK freestyling, in my opinion. The study didn't even track what pain meds were used. They just threw Tylenol in there. He just threw it in there like seasoning. A little autism, dash, stir, a little controversial. Like, nah, bro. Like it's something really wrong with these people. And I don't understand like how we keep allowing these people to just keep on talking. Nobody want to say anything about it. That's wild and crazy to me.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Brownsville. I said peace and love to the SBG fam, especially the SBG queens. Like, share, subscribe, super chat, support, give love to receive love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, cuz. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And so, you know, the crazy part, doctors came out, Boston University, University of Pennsylvania, even the FDA was like, oh, we still recommend Tylenol during pregnancy in moderation. And RFK Jr., he's out here telling pregnant women to tough it out. That's what he's saying. You know, that's easy for him to say. He ain't the one pushing out no goddamn watermelons. He might be trying to push something else out, but hey, here's what it is. And Trump, he just nodded along. He just nodded along. Don't take Tylenol. Don't vaccinate. Don't circumcise. What's next? Don't blink too fast. You might get ADHD. Be careful out there, goddammit. And for some reason, they're using autism as a goddamn political football. RFK Jr. he's making autism his personal crusade. It's weird to me personally. I don't know. It's no science to back up anything that he's saying. He's just talking out his ass. He hired a guy who got in trouble for testing unproven drugs on autistic kids, and I don't understand it. This guy, I don't know. And now instead of funding real research, he's chasing conspiracy theories. It's like the goddamn Pokemon. You got to catch them all, the pseudoscience. That's what he's doing. Seriously. I didn't read your super chat. I did. Let me read it again. Oh, I did see this one.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
And don't make fun of my Spanglish. I mean English. All right, that's what's up, Royce M. Royce said he actually liked that day, at least mention it. All right. I guess. Even though he kind of mentioned it on some, I don't know if it's false pretenses or not. Maybe we will all find out that Tylenol is linked to everything. Maybe that is a true thing. And then, and it's not just pseudoscience, it's not just a conspiracy theory. But at this moment, this ain't about science. It's more about scaring the people. It's about turning medicine into a political weapon. Because what is he saying? Don't forget, most men in America are circumcised. So he's saying, so what is he saying about y'all? Y'all all Tylenol babies? Then y'all should be acting more like goddamn Rain Man. But y'all act more like Bruh Man. I don't know what kind of autism y'all got. Like, come on. This is crazy. I don't think that's this is crazy to me. I'm confused. But when politicians start diagnosing autism based on baby foreskin and Tylenol, who really needs the checkup? Who really needs it? That's strange to me. Bubba Homeschool said, hey, it's some kind of link to it. I'm not crazy. I don't know. Maybe a lot of mothers been taking Tylenols when they was pregnant. Maybe half of America is Tylenol babies. And then, majority of the men. So here's the thing, Bubba. He's not just saying the Tylenol is for pregnant ladies. He's also saying the reason why a lot of men have autism is because they got circumcised and they gave the baby Tylenol at a young age. What do you say about that, Bubba? Goddamn Alpha. These goddamn conspiracies get thick. I don't know. I mean, if it comes out to be true, then it comes out to be true. You know what I'm saying, Bubba? I don't know. It just sounds a little far-fetched to me. I guess so, Dawn. You know what I'm saying? Clearly I am. I must be. That's why I always bring them all out. They come out and hang out with me. Jalen the Butcher. I feel you. What kind of pills you talking about, Botanica? I don't know what kind of pills you talking about. Maybe you talking about a different kind of pill. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. But I did see the whole Letitia James situation as well. I think that is also very interesting. Did y'all hear about this mess? Did y'all hear about Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York? How she just got indicted for bank fraud? I mean, damn. You indict the woman who sued Trump for $500 million and won? That's weird. That's weird. Y'all saying lock her up? Lock her up for what? What is the reason for locking her up? I'm confused. All right, so here's what happened. A federal grand jury in Virginia, not New York, not DC, but Virginia, indicted Letitia James. And who brought the case? Let me see if y'all even know, because I think y'all just talking. Who brought the case? What up, 187? Who brought the case? Y'all talking all that ish? That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it's payback. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. So her name is Lindsay Halligan, right? Who know who Lindsay Halligan is? Now, I ain't saying she's biased, but she used to be Trump's personal lawyer. That don't seem strange to you. That don't seem strange to you. And Lizzie, she didn't just send the paperwork. She personally presented the case to the grand jury. This is very similar to a chef coming out the kitchen and slap the waiter. That's what that is. That's what that is. Oh, well, his ass is banned then.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Boricua. Pia. She said 187 is banned. Get your ass up out of here. You got a wrench. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. What can I say? Stop bothering people. That is what it is. Right. So the U.S. attorney don't usually do that, right? And it's so it's like a dentist showing up at your house with floss. That's what that's like. They say Letitia, she lied on a mortgage application. Claimed she was going to live in a house in Virginia, but it was actually an investment property. So she saved herself about probably like $19,000 over the life of the loan. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that sounds like every Airbnb owner I ever spoken to. That's what it seems like to me. So I don't know why we're trying to act as if we don't understand. And now we're trying to act like this is some kind of mortgage fraud. What's up, Corinne? Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Corinne. Let me make sure. You know what? Let me make sure. Hold on. So I don't think I set it in time. Hold on. Let me see. It says, thanks as always. Thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you. And she also, thank you so much. It is what it is. Right. And so here's the kicker. So this whole thing started after Trump boy, right? Another one of his peoples at the Federal Housing Finance Agency sent a letter to the DOJ. Not evidence, not a confession, a effing letter. Just a dare snitch note. Since when y'all like snitches? And boom, indictment. That's what happened. So why are we trying to act like this is some kind of like she really did something? Like we have some real evidence that she did something. It was a damn letter that she got indicted for. No evidence, nothing, none of that. So all the people that are saying that she committed some kind of fraud with no evidence, why are y'all not doing your own research? Why y'all believe any and everything that comes out of that side of the administration without at least attempting to look into it? What you talking about, bro? So and we have to be a little bit more careful about what we are doing, what we are saying, and what we are talking about. We cannot just gender and party bang because this is not making any sense. You should be for Americans. You should be for America. You should not be saying this is mortgage fraud just to say it. What's up, Renee? These people are insane. They just want to prosecute people on the left side just because they left. That's it. No other reasons whatsoever. That is not the American way. I thought y'all was American. I thought this was for America. I don't know. And you know, Letitia, she came out swinging. She said that this is what she say. She said this is just the president weaponizing the justice system. Who believes her? Do we believe that the president is weaponizing the justice system? Put a 1 in the chat if you think President Trump is weaponizing the justice system. What's up, Black Beauty? What's up, Reese? When we going to get this ish together? We got to start speaking up. There we go. We got yeses. We got ones. Let's get it together. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa said, yes, he is weaponizing the justice system. Like, where is the proof? Where is the evidence? I hear you, AI. So, Bubba, I do not know about the mortgage fraud. Now, you have a legit argument to say she's weaponizing the justice system, but you'll have to bring up some evidence for it. We all know you can indict a ham sandwich. Her being indicted doesn't mean anything. Bubba knows this, but for some reason he's gonna play like he don't know this. For some reason, Bubba's gonna act like he doesn't understand that it was one of Donald Trump's ex-personal lawyers that is the one that pushed this out in the first place. Like, why are we excusing this? Why are we just acting like just because you are on Donald Trump's side doesn't mean that you got to have play a blind eye to all the ignorant things that he is doing? I'm all for you want your man to do good, but when he do the wrong things, you got to speak up about that as well. Melissa said it right. She got him convicted. 34 felonies. Half a billy. Hey. She presented her case in court. That's weird. Why are we trying to act like we don't see what we see? Like, because if Donald Trump was a superhero, what would be his superpower? His power will probably be weaponizing lawsuits. That he will be lawsuit man. He'll sue your mama and your dog if you go against him. And this is just political retribution. And let's be real, Trump's been calling for her arrest since she hit him with those fraud cases. He's been on Truth Social, like lock her up. And now, boom, she's indicted. That's not justice. It's goddamn revenge porn with subpoenas. That's what that is. All right, Bubba, if you say so. I don't know. Don't sound very truthful to me. But you got it. And I just, this thing about the bank fraud. It's not about bank fraud. It's about power. This is all about sending a message. If you come for the king, you best not miss. You better aim for the head. You heard what Thanos told Thor. But in my opinion, I don't think Letitia missed. You know what I'm saying? She hit him with, what? Almost a half a billy. Almost a half a billy. James Comey, he got it too. I don't know. And this whole thing is just, I don't know. This shit just don't feel real. This is only 1 year. It feel like a goddamn Netflix special called Justice, the Petty Edition. We got prosecutors, we got vendettas, presidents with judges, and grand juries being used like Yelp reviews. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I mean? It don't sound. This shit don't even sound or look like real life. What? Papa, but that's not even close to being true. Us that like why we act like we don't know? That's crazy to me. But it is what it is. I don't know. But you know what? I think Letitia ain't scared. She said she's going to keep doing her job, and I respect that. Shout out to her, because in a world where the justice system is being used like a weapon, it takes guts to stand up and say, I'm not backing down. Shout out to her. So I think we need to buckle up, because if indictments are the new campaign ads in 2026, it's going to look like Law and Order. Election unit. Dun dun. Who got nominated? Who got nominated? And then did we see the thing with the goddamn free speech? Did we see that? Did we see that? Oh no. Hold on. Let me see if I can. He better not get no damn Nobel Peace Prize. He better not. What's this? What about this craziness? What about this?
Made it 1 year penalty for inciting riots. We took the freedom of speech away because that's been through the courts, and the court said you have freedom of speech. But what has happened is when they burn a flag, it agitates and irritates crowds. I've never seen anything like it on both sides, and you end up with riots. So we're going on that basis. We're looking at it from not from the freedom of speech, which I always felt strongly about, but never passed the courts.
That's crazy to me. How can y'all be with that? I don't understand. How's that okay that he said that? Bubba, can you please explain to me why is this okay? Because I'm very confusion. I'm confusion. I don't get it. I don't understand that at all. How is this possible? And I thought I misheard it. I really thought I misheard. I had to rewind that joint. Trump said we took the freedom of speech away because that's been through the courts, and the courts said you have freedom of speech. I just don't understand. I don't understand that. So what about your boy? What he did for January 6th? What did he do? I don't understand it. I don't understand how y'all don't see, and I don't know. That shit is weird. That is just weird to me. But for some reason, it is so many MAGA supporters that do not want to just speak the truth and just have a honest conversation about what he's saying sometimes. It cannot be like, like seriously with the Tylenol situation? Are y'all serious with? That's what I want to know. Do you? Because there's no way that you're going to say that I want Donald Trump to take away freedom of speech because of a flag. Are you kidding me? So here's the kind of Trump was talking about flag burning. He's mad that people can legally burn the American flag. He says that it initiates crowds, causes riots. So he decides to sign an executive order to protect to prosecute flag burners. 1 year in jail, no parole, no snacks, none of that. But maybe the people that's asking me about if I love America, but the Supreme Court already ruled on this. Back in 1989, they said flag burning is protected by speech. That's right. Burning the flag is legal. It is what it is. Do you love America? Because that's what the Supreme Court said, Bubba, back in 1989. Can you disagree with that? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know, but y'all say y'all the real Americans, right? So I don't know. I don't understand. I thought y'all was for America. Are y'all for America or y'all just for Trump? Because it's starting to seem like y'all don't give a damn about America and all you care about is what Trump say. And as long as he's pissing people off, it makes y'all happy. So if you love America, then you should love the Supreme Court's decision. Because the Supreme Court decision back in 1989, it was Texas versus, I can't think of the person's name. They said it was legal. So why y'all agreeing with Donald Trump talking about he want to take away freedom of speech? And one of the ones that he want to do is by giving you a year for burning a piece of fabric. It's crazy. So Trump logic is just wild. The court said you have freedom of speech, so we took it away. That's what the man said. Can you imagine a doctor saying you healthy, so I punched you in the kidney? Man. And he kept on talking, like, you listen to the whole thing. He said we're not looking, this is what he said, we're not looking at it from a freedom of speech angle. That is the only angle. It's the First Amendment. It's not the maybe amendment or the depends on who's president amendment. Like, I don't know if people actually really care about that. I don't know if people actually care about the future of the country. I think people just really just want to just party bang and say they party is right no matter what. I don't know. And it's just a weird thing for me to keep seeing. I don't know. And people online is clearly losing their minds. Clearly. This is literally like saying the quiet part out loud. It's not a slip up. This is confessions. He's telling us what we are not going to be able to do. We see it. We see what they're doing to social media. We see what they're doing to the news reporters. It ain't going to be no more free media pretty soon. And then he turns to Pam Bondi and says, "Get me the name of the guy who burned the flag so we can prosecute him." That's not law enforcement. That is revenge. That's literally using the war as revenge. I don't know what you're talking about, Bubba. My community do not hate America. I don't know what community you're talking about. Maybe that's on somebody else's channel. They say nonsense like that. I don't know what Bubba talking about now. Maybe you're talking about some other people. But over here, we do not hate America. That's why we don't understand why y'all keep going against the Constitution. We are the one. I'm the one that is trying to uphold the Constitution. You are saying no, get rid of it because of a flag being burnt. You're saying take away our freedoms. You say, yes, send in goddamn troops, send in the military to take over a city. That is not American, bro. I said it already. I don't know why you're asking dumb questions. Like, I don't understand. Regardless if I read it or not, what am I saying that you disagree with right now is the issue that I'm having. For some reason, y'all cannot just have a conversation about the topic at hand. Can you say I love America? What the fuck that got to do with the conversation? Have you never read the Constitution? I know it more than you. I talk about it more than you do. You're the one that's trying to go against the Constitution, literally. I don't understand. So you are the one that's not attempting to hold up the American Constitution. The Supreme Court disagrees with you, Bubba, not me. What's up, Travel One? That is interesting, Travel One. Like, that's the crazy part. The Supreme Court, Bubba, does not agree with you. But yet you saying that I didn't read it. This is wild, man. The amount of glazing of this man is just crazy to me, man. I just don't understand how is this possible that y'all say that y'all are American, but you do not want to fight for the Constitution. You should not want any president to be a dictator. If you actually believe in the Constitution, you believe in America. This is crazy to me. Because Trump's whole vibe lately is like a diet dictator. All the flavor of a dictator and have the legality. He's just out here making up punishments. Like he's like the goddamn dungeon master of democracy. You burnt the flag? Just come up with some shit. But here's the truth. Presidents cannot override the Constitution. Not with executive orders, not with angry tweets, not even with a round table full of yes men like Bubba. The Supreme Court said flag burning is protected speech. End of story. And if you are American, then you need to be riding with that. If you're actually American. If you actually want to see this thing move the way how it's supposed to move. And you have, and Bubba, so Bubba, hit the link. The link is on my community wall. I posted it on my community wall. I could post it right here. You tell me what the Constitution say. Because I don't understand it. That's what the Supreme Court said. This happened in 1989. Voice of Venus, that is insanity to me. It's something really wrong. Like maybe RFK is correct. Maybe it's the Tylenol and circumcisions. So because all these goddamn men got circumcised and took some Tylenol, they are able to be controlled. It's crazy. And the fact that they don't even come with actual points. Like they keep saying that I didn't do something, and they don't read a damn thing. Just like yesterday, they said I didn't know what I was talking about the $350 million that they cut from black students, from black minority kids. And then they looked it up, they found out I was telling the truth about the story. It's crazy. Something really wrong with y'all. Like y'all want me to be so wrong so badly. I do not understand. Why would you want somebody to be wrong? I don't get it. That don't make no sense. You feel me, Renee? And they swear they the ones that know something. So the next time someone tells you that they're taking the rights because the court said you have them, Donald Trump literally said that he's taking away the rights because we have them, because the court said it. Ah, man, Bubba. I'm gonna just go ahead and burn my metaphorical flag. Just like how you burned your, like your inspired gym memberships. Because clearly y'all be out of shape. I don't know what the hell y'all be wanting to do. For some reason, the reason why they can't stay on top, and I'm starting to really understand that, like, hey, what I'm doing is a pretty dangerous game by like talking out against him. Clearly, it's not safe unless unless you already build something really strong. Because man, the amount of power behind those people is crazy. It's just wild out here. And so many people are just afraid to even speak their mind and say anything about the man. They're afraid they're going to lose their friends, jobs, businesses. Even though it's real people out there losing their business on a day-to-day basis. Farmers is losing. All those people that voted for him in the middle of America, they are feeling it bad because they believed in the nonsense that Bubba was saying. They believed the rhetoric for real. Instead of doing some actual research and say, hey, this makes sense and this don't make sense. What do desecration means? What does that mean? What does it mean? Huh, Bubba? Explain that to me. You putting things up and you don't even know what it means. I'm glad you did a quick Google search. Please tell me what it means. It means the act of showing disrespect, Bubba. And burning it doesn't necessarily mean disrespect. Freedom. What up, Freedom? But my whole problem is, Bubba, why do you want dictatorships? Why? This is a goddamn tough talk. Y'all don't like, so now y'all like the show? Okay. Why do y'all want to? How am I wrong? Please explain to me. What am I wrong about? Because so you saying the Supreme Court is wrong? So that's the thing. You are saying that the Supreme Court judges were wrong. That's your opinion, but they made a ruling since 1989. Do you not understand that part? So in the Constitution, it said it is a part of your freedom of speech. So burn the flag is protected by speech. So where is it that? Sure, you did. So what about the part of the U.S. law that the Supreme Court said burn the flag is a part of freedom of speech? What about that part? What about that? I guess so. I don't know. Okay, well, you say so. But the problem is we don't see it actually happening the way how you saying, Bubba. And most of these people that are talking about Donald Trump in a way, they do not actually bring up the things that he's doing negatively. So it's just a weird thing. And I would love if we could just be honest about what's happening in America, the good, bad, and the indifferent. If it's good things are happening, we should be able to speak about it. Bubba, without using ICE, what good things has he done? I'll wait. Anybody can answer that, by the way. Where is the good things that he's been doing? Because lately it's been nothing but we've been divided as a country. I ain't never seen so much goddamn political violence in my life in 1 year. So Travel One, she poses a interesting statement. It said that men in general, like what 47, the felon, has gotten away with, and still ends up in the Oval Office. What that says to me is that a lot of men are lacking accountability. That's what it says to me. Is that they want to do what is good for them doesn't mean that it's good for everybody else. So they want to make the laws, but they don't want to follow the laws. And a lot of men would like that to happen. They like to be the ones telling everybody else what to do, but they cannot hold it themselves. They want, because a lot of men, it's starting to seem that they lack integrity. He has not negotiated trades. That's why he's going back to China to negotiate some more. He has not lowered unemployment. Those are not true statements. He has not lowered inflation. The whole world's inflation went down. Like, why lie? You lying about his success is not good for America. If you say you love America, then you should just be honest about what he has done. It's not good for America to lie about the things that he is doing. And we have an integrity problem. And this is why a lot of them do like him, because they have an integrity problem. What's up, HT? HT, that's funny. You understand? And that is the problem. They lack integrity. So they are happy that somebody that's in the forefront, then now they can say they can act just like him, and they can say that's presidential. They can act and behave just like a degenerate, like how he is. And I always find it strange that, like, when we had these conversations, I'm just bringing up statements that is the law or in the Constitution or the money that he is not making. Like, nobody ever comes up and say anything. Y'all just say a whole bunch of BS in the chat. Why you just cannot be honest? And this is why so many people have a problem, right? Because if you really have Donald Trump's back, people that have voted for him, people that believe that he's doing a good job, if you really have his back, then you should be the main one holding him accountable. Because that's what being a responsible person is. Because we all have the conversation. We all say, this is why we keep telling men, like, hey, you cannot hold women on the internet accountable. You only can hold your woman accountable. The woman that you have her back, you can hold her accountable and say, hey, babe, I need you to do this. Or, hey, so-and-so, I need you to do this, if it's not that kind of relationship, because you can have a platonic relationship. The problem is that a lot of men do not have anybody's back, and this is why they can't hold nobody accountable. They don't even have their own brother's back. Some of them do in a different way. But if you hold your brother down, you hold your sister down, then you can hold her accountable. And if you actually holding Donald Trump down like the way how you think you are, then you will be holding him accountable. You will not just allow him to run rampant and just do whatever he want to do, because that's not being a man. What else was going on in 2020? You know what? And so it's just not being a man by just making up shit. Men do not just allow things to just keep on. Men do not allow lies to keep on moving. Men are honest. And if you working with somebody, you are the main person that's supposed to be holding that person accountable. For some reason, you men lack integrity. And this is why you can't hold your own president accountable, because you're not somebody that is holding anybody down. You don't got nobody back but yourself. And if men could just understand that we have to work together to get this shit right. It ain't about being on the left or right, because I keep trying to tell all of y'all, I'm not on either side. I make the politicians that I have to vote for, I make them work for my vote. I don't just say I'm going to party bang. It's not no, I got integrity. And it's a little sad that we as men cannot say, hey, we got to come together and do what's right for the country. We cannot allow Donald Trump to say that he's taking away any kind of freedom of speech. And he's going to put people in jail for their rights as a human being in America. That's just craziness. That should never go. Why would you want that to happen in a world where you have children in? It's bad enough certain groups of people got a full head start. We seen that he ain't bringing back none of the stuff that he said he was going to do. All it is just talk right now. And hopefully all those billions and trillions of dollars that he said he's going to get these companies to commit to, hopefully they will hold their end of the bargain so that we could at least be proud that he did that. Because I hopefully that goes through. Because I'm American, so therefore I will love for a good deal like trillions of dollars and billions of dollars that these companies said they are going to put into America factories. I will love for that to happen. Hopefully it does happen, but I have to wait to see it. I want to see it in motion. Did they start breaking ground yet? Did they cut the first ribbon? Did they break ground? Did they pick up the first piece of dirt? That's what it seems like, HT. That's what it absolutely seeming like. That's for sure.
That flag burning mob. And
because I'm just not understanding. HC said, we don't even have no deals. I thought they said they made the deals. $1 trillion from this company, $100 billion from that company. That's what I heard. I heard that that's what we were supposed to be doing. So where's all this money from these companies that they pledged all these millions and trillions of dollars? Hopefully those pledges wasn't just to Donald Trump's pocket. Right. I remember, where's that Qatar money? Or did he just get an airplane for it? Did he just get an airplane for it? I want to know. And we see who Donald Trump is getting all that money from. We see where a lot of these the right is getting their money from. It's coming out. Ms. J, I'm gonna have to break down that video that you sent me. Man, shout out to Candace Owens with the receipts. 2 days right before Charlie Kirk died. The receipts. What Bubba got to say about that? Nothing. Nothing at all. I didn't get the chance to watch. I got to watch the first 2 minutes, but it looked intense. And I can't wait to do some research on that so I can have the proper information, because I really don't like to talk about things when I don't have the full information. What up, Hassan? Because, man, if that is true, that, man, these people are just spending the money on the PR teams to make it the videos with the Candace Owens receipts, where she's showing all the text messages. That's crazy. All the text messages that that homeboy he exposed, that Charlie Kirk said he don't want to take no more certain people's money. That's crazy. Yeah. Or maybe I misread the first 2 minutes. What is his name? I gotta watch it again. Maybe it's a different video I seen, and it looked the same. I don't know, HT Baldwin. I don't get it neither. I don't understand how that happens. Where's all this tariff money that they said was going to do so good for the country? What I see is farmers losing their goddamn farms. Farmers already had tough margins as is. We're going to see something strange happen in this goddamn country. There's something weird definitely happening on a day-to-day basis. All these goddamn ghost jobs and all that, all these ghost posted jobs. I don't know. All this silencing the media is weird. Them coming after people is weird. Freedom of speech is about to be gone. It seems like that's weird. Oh, okay. I'm not crazy. You had to relook and check it out. I thought I was. You had me thinking, am I going crazy? Did I not put the right? Did I not see the right thing that I thought I saw? I was about to say, I must be going crazy. Like I was like, I must have done. Took one of those Donald Trump pills too. Goddamn shit. I must have took a Tylenol. Yeah, Charlie Kirk's wife was Miss America. No, she was Miss Arizona, not Miss America. She was Miss Arizona. Davey, what you mean? Davey Dix, no, I did not. I'll be so messy for no reason. Oh shit. No, I'm just chilling. I just think that shout out to them. They doing their damn thing. I think it's good that they keep on grinding and keep on doing their damn thing. Shout out to them. Much love to them. So I got to say to that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, you know. Nah, they didn't say that. Oh, that would be crazy if they said that, though. That would be hilarious. Oh shit. That would be freaking hilarious. And there was a duo say something that wild. But I wouldn't put it past none of them. Hey. I wouldn't put it past them. They be saying it. No, it ain't that, Davey Dix. We did unite. It's just everything was supposed to last forever. We did a good 2 months. You know what I'm saying? That's all good. We did a good 2 months. So shout out to them. And they're gonna keep it moving. They're gonna keep on building that platform. Shout out to Tough Talk. It was dope. It was fun. But sometimes I just be wanting to just chill and not scream and yell, god damn it. And they were just saying, some people just say some nonsense. And I can't just let things slide. I gotta speak my mind. It was too much. We did 8 episodes. I know it didn't seem like it was that long, but yeah, we did 8 episodes. That's all. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about we cannot get it together just because people just don't want to be truthful. You know what I'm saying? And people just don't want to be honest about what we are seeing in these streets every day. Right. We are absolutely heading into one party. And it's just, and clearly the people that is on the side, they feel like it is the right move. They don't even realize how much it's going to hurt them the most. And they feel like they're on the right side of history with this, autocracy. Autocracy is not good. You know what I'm saying? That's just not a good. We do not want a fake dictator. It's just going to make things more difficult, in my opinion. It could be. That could be too. Karma is a motherfucker. They be doing this damn thing. And now they just be coming up and they just be saying all types of wild, crazy shit. Like, circumcision being part of autism, that's just wild to say. God damn it. How do I get back in? It logged me out. Hold on. Yes. I ain't seen no damn code. Let me see. Hold on. I did get a code. Hold on. All right. There we go. That's right. And don't forget, if you take a Tylenol, you're done as well. You snipped and you take a Tylenol. And we know it's just something weird going on out here. And damn. And what is going on in Houston? God damn it. Do we really got a modern day serial killer on the loose in Houston? HT boy, what that circumcision, autism, Tylenol shit is crazy wild. But do we actually have do we have a goddamn serial killer in Houston, y'all? Is that a true statement? I thought serial killers were done, to be honest with you. I had no idea they still existed. Welcome to the show. Good day, Supreme Goddess, PhD. How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm tired as hell. I had a whole bunch of beers today. But it was good. It was good beers. I learned some things. I had a conference. I went to a conference, so it was cool.
Oh, okay.
But what's your thoughts on circumcision and autism?
Is that the latest scientific advancement?
That's what RFK said. He said early circumcision and Tylenol put together in little boys. This is why they are the way how they are.
Yeah, RFK don't have no medical background. Like, why is anybody listening to him?
Because he got there for his merit.
He need to be trying to find the damn cause and cure for Parkinson's, because the way he talked, that's what it sounds like he might be having.
But I think did something happen to like his vocal cords or something of that nature? Because he had COVID or something like that.
Oh, is that what happened to him?
Yeah, something happened to his vocal cords. He got some kind of sickness and like scarlet, some kind of throat something and messed up his vocal cords.
Oh, okay. Look at me. I done gave a man Parkinson's.
so we know who's going to be the next medical chief of staff.
Right, there we go. I'm ready. But yeah, so it's not the vaccinations like they were saying a decade or so ago.
Yeah, I think they have a better argument with the vaccines because we don't know some of the metals is just going to mess with certain people. I'd rather them say that nonsense, right? And say, hey, we don't know how it's going to affect every single human being, and some human beings that might affect them in that way, right? Okay, at least we could kind of understand that. Mm-hmm. The general population, it might not affect them, but your kid might be the one where it turns into. But why do we still need all these vaccines? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why we still need them. It sounds a little weird to me nowadays. It's like, hey, if we've been vaccinated for the past 30 years.
Yeah, if it's gone, then like, what's the problem?
Right. Like, I don't understand. Oh, we got this crazy person back. Let me make sure.
Who was that?
The Reverend. Let me make sure this is the Reverend. Good day, Reverend. That's you?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes, sir. Lord. It's a lovely day. Blessed be.
Oh, Lord.
Blessed be. Hello, Mrs. PH Diva. Good to hear your voice.
So, Reverend Grant, are you circumcised and do you use Tylenol?
That is a great question, sir. for all, and I want to say when I answer this, for all intents and purposes, in the disclaimer, the views and opinions of the host don't reflect those of the guest, especially Reverend Ring. I was circumcised later. I was circumcised later in life, sir.
Oh,
what's
shit.
Later?
So I was already sexually active, and I was a full-blown adult.
Oh,
wow.
Man. Did that hurt?
Another great question. It was different for a while, It was definitely different, but most folks don't know that unless they know me from, they don't know me unless they know me from my juvenile years. I was active, unfortunately, at the age of 13.
That sounds crazy. So how long? When they cut that when you grown, hold on. When they cut that when you grown, what? Like, would they put a bandage on that motherfucker? What? How you taking a piss?
What I remember is that they definitely hit me with some type of benzodiazepam, some type of like to calm me down, and then I think they froze it. I was awake. I think I was awake for some reason.
They froze the skin off of you?
Something of that nature. Something of that nature.
So
the one thing I could say is that, and I do have other relatives too who I can't speak to about this, and people who have foreskin, like how I was born with and maintained, you had to be hygienically clean.
Mm.
And
Clearly.
yeah, you just did, you know. You just so I remember those days, and
That's where the dirt hang out at. Goddamn.
most
you got to wash up. Anyway,
right. I said, I mean, like for real, like there's lint that can build up.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
this is.
So is
So
that
that's
why
just-
you decided to
We
do it
should
as an
discuss that
adult?
a little bit more. But Mr. Bracy, that was an interesting. I wouldn't say a curveball question, but that was rapid fire to the chest. I caught
Wait,
that.
so is that why you decided to get circumcised as an adult, because of like the lint buildup and whatnot? Or were women disgusted by it?
No, that's a great question, Mrs. P. Steva.
It's just a little jacket. That's all.
No. It's
When it get cold outside, it just want to hide out. That's all.
for me, it was something that I wanted to, because sometimes when you pop that coochie, can I speak like that, sir? Okay, so I'm gonna speak from the past. When I popped the coochie, you could pop that coochie and then you get a cut on that area, and then it's like it's something like it was around that time, like I was saying, like I wanna just do it. And I know another family member did it the same way. There's this around the same time, and they were like that for over 40 something years. So people might not know about they're not a YouTube video that I have seen, but to clear it up, eventually you are going to get that foreskin and that circumcision, I believe, like
Why's
myself.
Wait, so why does your family have something
I don't know
against
why, but I
circumcising?
just think that's just why. I just think that's why, you know.
Diva
Wait,
had a
does your
question for you, Rev.
family have something against circum? You said one of your relatives also got it done as a result, as an adult.
My family is country bumpkins. They country bumpkins from down south. They're born in
So
Jim Crow.
So what does that mean? So that means that. So most people that's born in Jim.
I'm the Yankee of the family. I'm one of the Yankees out of the family.
Man, Reverend Green be saying some wild stuff. Goddamn.
I'm just keeping it a buck. My family members are country bumpkins, southern country bumpkins.
Oh man.
That
So
means
people,
well. They mean
what you
well.
think? All right, all right. So we glad that you got that all cleaned up. No pun intended.
Yep.
Hey, Diva, what you think about Letitia James getting indicted by former Donald Trump's personal lawyer?
Oh, so she did get indicted. I know he was saying he was gonna have it done, but okay. So what is she indicted for?
She is indicted for mortgage fraud.
Oh, yeah. That's how they be getting them. What was that other lady? Marilyn Mosby, was that her name? Out of Maryland. But yeah, it was something so small on her mortgage application. But yeah, they'll get your ass. So what are they saying she did? Like, how did she commit fraud?
So what happened is they got no evidence.
Oh.
What happened was one of Trump's boy, he wrote a letter to the DOJ and snitched on her and said, "This is what I found." And so they indicted her. So they really don't have no real evidence of it. And so it seems that is some kind of confusion, possibly that she bought a house and she didn't live in it for a year. And so with her not living in it for the year, she also saved about like $19,000 roughly on the loan because of the type of loan that she got. And they try to make it seem as that she wasn't an Airbnb person. I don't know. That's every Airbnb person I ever heard speak about how they got their goddamn loan.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, because I almost bought a house like that. I won a HUD bid, and I got a job in another state, so I was gonna move, and the realtor was like, "Just buy it and rent it out or whatever." But I ended up just moving it and leaving it. But so a lot of people do that, right? When they're bidding on houses on auctions, like government auctions and whatnot, because you get preference if you are an owner occupant rather than an investor. A lot of people will lie on the application and say they are going to be an owner occupant, but that is fraud. So yes, a lot of people do it, but if your ass get caught, it is fraud.
So you saying lock her ass up?
I'm not saying lock her up, but I'm just saying if they got it on her, like they probably will be able to lock her up if she actually did that, because you are signing a legal document and it tell you if you lie on this document, you may be subject to penalties up to and including can your ass off the jail, prison. Yeah.
I'm locked up. They won't let me.
So yeah.
But you know, I think that it's just Donald Trump finding a way to use the court system as a way of a weapon, and that's one of his superpowers, Diva.
Absolutely.
He's just
Absolutely.
And it's just crazy to me that people act like as if this is not what's happening. That's the only part that bugs me out about it.
And you have to imagine too.
He done it.
It's only 10 months in.
Right.
10 months into a 4-year term.
Right.
Like I would understand they had actual evidence and they had a confession or something like that. Not a goddamn dead snitch note. like how the man wrote a goddamn letter to the DOJ. That's
a great question.
That's what crackers do. They love to snitch.
Can I ask you a question? Because I voted for this, but to study enemy psychology, the psychology of the opposition. Where do you think that they went wrong when they were prosecuting Trump? Like, what amount of space and loopholes did they leave? Do you think where they became clumsy almost? Because it seemed like they had him. They had him, right? They had him in so many.
I think they did not expect Donald Trump to be so conniving and such a good liar. They didn't expect that. They didn't think that the man was gonna. They thought he was gonna fold, and he just got even more of a criminal. I give him respect for that. Me and Diva love that about him. Like, hey, he's gonna do what he got to do. He don't care how much he gotta cheat. He gonna do it. I kind of have to respect it at this point because he cheated his way into the office, and he cheated his way into the minds of a lot of men. And a lot of men admire him because he's willing to do whatever he has to do. Whether if it's right, wrong, evil, or good, he don't give a damn. He thought of it, so he's going to do it. It doesn't matter if he says something that makes sense or not. He just do what's on his mind. And a lot of men wish that they could do what's on their mind. That's the truth of the matter.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Clearly, and boy, he is trying hard.
Oh, and speaking of cheating, before I came over here, I was on another page. They was talking about how remember the whole Black Americans come get citizenship in Burkina Faso. The shit was a scam.
No way.
They took the people money, yes, and then and then the government wasn't involved in it. It's this lady named Dr. Ericana, and she is over some type of organization, but she always trying to get Black Americans to come to Africa and get citizenship. And so she was saying that her organization can get, it's like if you join her organization, they're going to get you citizenship. They had lied and said that an agreement had already been signed with the government when the president hadn't signed anything. And so they was collecting money. But look, when I saw it and when she said, oh, well, yeah, you got to join her organization, I automatically knew. Absolutely not. Right. So that's why I didn't even think about it. But so it turns out, a year later it's a scam.
Damn.
That's interesting, Mrs. PH Diva, because on other panels too, for about last year, I had heard of that Dr. Ericana. And when I heard these other panelists, they almost, they were very like, this woman is the boogeyman, like she's foul, and I'm like, man, why y'all tripping on her? She's like in a whole different country. And
Apparently,
lo
she
and
did it
behold,
before.
I do see the follow-up. I didn't know the follow-up was like that. That was hush hush. I didn't know it came out that she legitimately took everybody's money.
Yeah. Well, this is
But she was the
this ain't the
spearhead.
first time, right? Because
No,
one of
she
the
did that in
ladies
the
who was
UK too,
talking
right?
about it was saying, you know, she had scammed her before, and somebody talked her into giving her another chance. I was like, lady, another chance for what? To scam you?
Is her name Biggie? What the fuck?
Right.
Craziness. Hey, listen, one thing I'm really starting to learn, people enjoy getting scammed. And I didn't know why at first. But I think I'm starting to understand why.
Why, sir?
The reason why people like to be scammed is because they don't want no accountability. If they get scammed, they could blame it on somebody else. But if they deal with somebody that's telling them the honest truth and say, hey, this is what is going to happen and they got to be accountable for the actions. But if you deal with a scammer and you get scammed, now you got a reason for not being successful. I thought I was going to, and you just pass the buck to somebody else. I think a lot of people are afraid to take control of over their life. I think that's why we lack so many, we lack leaders in the world today. Because I know we like to have a conversation that is just black men that lack leadership, but it's majority of men lack leadership, it seems like. But at the same time, when I was at this goddamn seminar, Diva, it proves Diva thoughts right. It proved everything Diva said yesterday correct. I was like, God damn, I was going to do a whole show and disagree with Diva. And then I went to this goddamn seminar and I'm like, shit.
What happened?
I'm the only one there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the only, and when I say I'm the only one, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck. Shit. And it's so funny. So the speaker, like, he didn't know how to really communicate because he kept wanting to ask me stuff because I'm the only one, but he didn't want to ask me stuff because I was the only one. Especially because he asked like, and look, and so I'm not like really a part of the stereotypes and stuff. So like he has some stereotypical things that like men do. And so he asked me these things, and then he was like, and then he was like, he started to feel a little weird that every time I was like, nah. He's like, he's like, have you been divorced? Nah, I never. He's like, oh shit. I lie to my wife all the time because my wife said I'm a bad communicator. Do your wife say that about you? Nah, I never heard that. He's like, ah, shit. And then so after a while, like after three assumptions went through, he was like, all right, let me just stop asking this man questions.
Right. Forget you.
He gonna sue my ass next. But yeah, so it's just so like you kind of like today's 7, I kind of proved your point a little bit because I had a whole thought pattern how I was going to destroy. I was going to cook you up, Diva. God damn.
I'm glad you thought so.
And then I had to go through this damn seminar about leadership and all that, and how we could lead industries and stuff like that. And none of our people is there trying to figure out how to lead the industry by other industry leaders.
When I tell you something, go ahead and take it to the bank.
Damn. I cashed it too. It was.
It never bounces.
And it's just sad that so many. It's just sad to see that so many men they write their checks on and like they checks is made out of rubber. Clearly. You know why they made out of rubber, Reverend?
I could take a good guess. I mean,
Go ahead. What's your guess?
Why they're one more time the question?
Why they checks that they be trying to cash is made out of rubber.
Okay. For me,
God damn it, because it bounced. Check bounce.
Hey, it's not there. I know it's not there. A lot of people are their credit value rich, their credit score rich. You know, their credit line is rich.
No, the problem is that a lot of people, and I'm just really sad, like.
Oh, and also, rich folks. What I've learned, rich folks, they're the cheapest. They love everything cheap. I'm talking about on a legitimate level of they trying to get things on discounts all the time.
Yeah, I don't. No, that's not the case. Is that a lot of wealthy people, they don't live off of salary. That's the problem. And like people just don't understand how to really write off taxes and what you make and what you actually earning, and you don't really. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So when it comes down to filing taxes, when you hear of a wealthy person and they're pressed about not filing when the last time they filed taxes, and 10 years later they still haven't given you an answer, what you think that's all about?
That they got a good accountant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
An accountant most likely to tell them what to claim and what not to claim.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you become a better businessman, you try to lead your family through your business. So that's why you pay less out of your pocket for the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. For example, if you want to be a travel person, then you turn your business into traveling. So technically, your lifestyle is a write-off. So you want to travel, and you're making money off of traveling. So therefore, now when you travel, it is a write-off expense. You bring a camera and you videotape you going to all these fancy-ass restaurants. Now it's a business because you're creating content. So now all those things is write-offs now. The camera, the food, and so on. So smart people use these so-called loopholes. They're not loopholes because anybody could use it, but you just gotta be knowledgeable enough to know that these things exist for any American to use. This whole idea that these things are only for white folks is crazy to me. It's not. It's just knowledge that you gotta figure out and learn.
Say, for instance, like this, people could take it as, oh man, that's not a big thing or not. But how much do you think a casket costs?
Oh,
just talking
question.
Like
I know cremation is about $1,500. The cheapest caskets are probably about $1,200.
And where do you think you could get the cheapest casket from?
A funeral home.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Walmart.com.
That's crazy.
You can share your screen right now and see a rich man explain this to me. Walmart.com and Sam's Club.
Mm-hmm.
Go online. You can only get them on the online situation, and they got them cheaper than the funeral home by at least 30%. You can't will and deal with how they got it. They're able to get it. But there's a way of, like, they know certain things, they know just on the simplest levels that sound almost like outrageous, and they don't go around telling other people and bragging. They've kept this stuff to themselves for the longest.
But it's not. So that's the thing that people think, that they keep it to themselves. And what I'm realizing is that A lot of people just don't have the outlet to have these conversations. Majority of the time when you having friends, homeboys, or in passing, there's no need to have these conversations about money, taxes, caskets that you could buy in Walmart. There's no reason for that conversation to ever come up. And this is why online now you start to see people have more meaningful and deeper conversations because people are a little bit deeper than what they show in the world with their regular friends. They just go out and drink, smoke, and do whatever. And that's to be about it. When they're hanging around their cousins, they don't usually go that deep into conversation. So this whole idea that people don't have these conversations in real life is just they didn't find friends where they can have these honest conversations with. And I think that's where the part that people are missing. And that's why people believe that, the internet is fake. But I think for a lot of people, most likely, it seems like it's the majority of people, this is the only place where they could be themselves. 100%. No filter.
Sounds like that. I mean, you described it. You described it well enough.
And that's why I do like the internet, because it does help me navigate through some things in life too. So when I'm dealing with people, I can start to see, I could read them a little bit better now because I'm dealing with a lot more honest people by dealing with the internet. I could see what people are thinking a little bit clearer and easier. I know most likely 80% to 95% of people are just normal. It's only 5% of people that's actually crazy. But that 5% is loud.
Now, when we talk about like our 1%er, our billionaires, how come they don't walk around looking like they need security or don't even have security? They don't dress a certain way like other people who have rich money.
The reason is that you just don't recognize how much they clothes cost because you're just not a part of that class. A lot of times when you see those plain clothes, it's still about $5,000 to $10,000 worth of clothes. It's a $2,000 shirt he got on, but it just looked like a plain shirt. Like,
are we ready for this conversation yet? You think?
I don't think most people don't know the difference between one of these shirts, right? They don't even know what the name of the shirt is, right? And they don't know the difference between the Walmart version and the one that's $130.
What, a Henley?
Yes.
Oh, that hurts right there.
So you saying
that
most
hurts.
people don't know what a Henley is?
Absolutely not.
That hurts.
Most men don't know what a Henley is, and most men do not know the difference between a Henley, a Long John, and a $135 Henley shirt. Or a $200 Henley shirt. What's the difference in the materials? Why it costs that much? What's the process of that one versus this one and versus that one? Most people think a Henley shirt is a goddamn what's the thing?
The thermal.
Thermal. That's what they think it is. And it's wild to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and these are men, Diva.
You could get a group of what we're talking about right now and give a workshop, and they still would probably be in disbelief unless they wrote this down and did their own. I mean,
and we definitely got to figure out, what I'm starting to see is that we definitely got to figure out some kind of leader workshop and start putting it on paper. What is successfulness look like? I'm glad we started it the other day, and we can start saying this. At least we can start with the very first thing for Black folks. Know the difference between education and indoctrination. That's the number one thing I think most Black people need to learn. It's a big difference, and we need education and not doctrination. And we got to educate ourselves, and that's self-education as well. Not just educated through indoctrination. We got to use the indoctrination to educate ourselves. Those are two different things. Because we got to go to their institutes, because we got to learn how to communicate the way how they communicate when we go into these higher levels. Because they communicate a different way.
I don't think you have to learn go into their institutes, because honestly, I think most Black people who go through their educational systems still have no idea of how those people are communicating. They don't even understand when those people ain't talking to them at all, right? And so, honestly, I think being educated by Black people is the best way to understand and be able to decipher what they really saying and what they really mean. Right? I was at work. This was a few months ago, but one of my white coworkers was we were talking about another Black lady who used to work there. She does the same thing we do, but she was in a different department. She ended up leaving and going somewhere else. But he was saying that
You
they
went
used
on
to
mute,
work
Diva.
together. Huh?
My bad, Diva. You keep talking. I'm on mute. Go ahead, Diva. I'm sorry.
They used to work together in a previous organization. At some point, she asked him to participate in a 360 feedback. A 360 feedback is when you get feedback from people who are above you in the organization, below you in the organization, and who are your peers in the organization. He was her peer. And he said, I guess she thought out, was going to just give her easy feedback, but I had some critiques. And so I asked, okay, well, what were the critiques? Because I actually was interviewed by that woman before. And so she seemed pretty sharp to me. And he said, basically, she was a bull in a china shop. She didn't have any finesse when she was dealing with clients. And I said, yeah, but finesse really mean you lying though, right? And he would look confused. And I was like, yeah, when you do it with finesse, like you're not trying to be straight with him. You trying to soften it or make it more palatable. And so ultimately you're not telling them the whole truth, which means you lying. And he was like, well, yeah, I guess. Right. So, I don't think most people can pick up that when somebody's saying finesse, that means you lying. When somebody, well, now in colloquial conversation, finessing somebody is you lying to them. But even something like nuance, I told another white coworker years ago, he was saying something about, I was talking about a study that some little idiot white kid, when I was a teaching assistant, was doing his paper on it. He said, the study showed that Black people had a more direct way of speaking and white people spoke with more finesse. And I was like, yeah, that's because y'all be lying, right? So nuance, they spoke with more nuance. Nuance mean you lying. And so I don't think a lot of Black people really be understanding what's being said around them when they come out of these white institutions. And it's the fact that I came from the family I came from and then the Black institution that I came from that allows me to be able to suss these things out and decode this shit. So
That's an interesting take. I like it. And I had a rougher way to find out that situation. I had the School of Hard Knocks to figure that out. And so it's interesting that we came to the same conclusion though. And I realized that I had to start being a lot more quiet when I'm around those folks because just like on this internet, they would just make up some BS in their imagination about what I'm saying instead of what I actually said.
Right.
And one thing like with these industries, what I learned that I have to do, right? And maybe for the other folks, they don't really have to do it. But I have to have a phone conversation with you so you can understand me and then email you that whole synopsis of what I just said.
Per conversation.
Because they would be like, huh? You called me? Let me check my call log. Nope, I don't see no Sharon on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And then now we fight it like it is so interesting. Like, one thing that came up on the seminar today, right, Diva? And it was kind of profound a little bit. Because like on a job site, one of the main problems I have is that you got to do a lot of things for free sometimes.
Okay.
Right, just to get a job done. And it's not necessarily for free, but it's for free. For example, if I'm trying to put this duck up in your ceiling, right? But you have your carpenters there, and he have the sheetrock in the way, and I gotta go, but I still gotta get this damn duck up in the air. So what do? Do I wait for the carpenter to move it, or do I move it?
You move it.
I move
Okay,
it.
so
So now the
okay.
problem is when we move it, do we ever count that as a cost?
No.
No, and that is a problem. I never even looked at it as I should be charging for me moving it, because now I'm taking, because now the circumstances on the job site change. And so if the circumstances change on the job site, I should be changing my goddamn price. Because now I got to use my goddamn God. I'm spending $145 an hour to move some fucking shit. And that's a cheap person.
I honestly think
I gotta use this dude that
work,
$145 an hour to move some fucking sheetrock.
when it comes down to this, I honestly think with the word semantics of business and everything like that, I would think in my personal life, what I come across, and it breaks my heart, even still to this day, that my folks, my peers in my demographic, they don't want to pay up to me, or they try not to pay up to me like how they would pay up to Mr. Charlie. I always tell them, I want to be paid just like Mr. Charlie. How you pay me just like how you pay Mr. Charlie.
Is your work as good as Mr. Charlie?
Just as qualified, even more. Yeah.
Is your work just as good?
So that's
my
a good
work, yes.
So now can you prove how you and Mr. Charlie, if I was to look at both of y'all work, would I be able to tell the difference between you and Mr. Charlie? I never seen neither one of y'all do the work, but y'all got whatever it is that you do. If it's in a paper form that this is what you do, I read both of y'all emails where I see the difference between you and Mr. Charlie.
Yes, I execute even better.
On paper, you'll be able to tell that.
I'm saying yes.
All right.
And what I'm speaking with my peers is that no, I can do business with my peers, but what I come across throughout my years is they always want it cheaper. They always want it cheaper from someone like myself.
But it's not necessarily someone like yourself. That's just a part of business. Because I mean, because both parties, our job is to do what? Is to do get the most amount of money for the least amount of work.
Well, so I'll put it this way. I don't know what kind of work you do, Reverend.
He actuates.
Oh, he is an actuary. Let me see.
This is not even the work I'm speaking on right now.
Okay.
I bought throughout the remainder of my life. The NYU Stern is not all my life, you know.
Okay, is there some type of physical work that you're talking about?
I don't even like to talk about work by the time I'm home, like right now. I don't even like to talk about all that. But
okay, great. But the work that you're talking about now, is it physical?
You should be able to. You should be able to earn money. Wait.
Can you
should be able to earn money.
Hey Rev, can you hear? She's actually a question.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Diva.
So the work you were talking about, them wanting to pay you less for, is it some type of physical work or mental work?
Generating money work.
Okay, child.
So like I was about to say,
probably wouldn't want to pay you as much either, and that's just because in my experience, Black males are not as conscientious in their work as, say, Mr. Charlie, right? And a lot of times you all aren't as standardized in terms of your prices as Mr. Charlie. Like usually Mr. Charlie got a service to offer or a product to offer, and here go the price, right? A lot of times y'all like to try to gouge people on the front end, and then when they say, oh, don't worry about it, I go somewhere else, then you want to try to start coming off the price, right? So to me, that already shows that you're not trustworthy, because if you could do it for cheaper, then you should have said that from the beginning. You shouldn't have tried to get me from the outset, right? And then a lot of times it seems as if y'all think the transaction is over once you collect a person's money. And that is not when the transaction is over. The transaction is actually over when you have produced what the person has paid you to produce. And so that a lot of times with blackmail seems to be less of a concern than collecting your money. And so in many instances, I'll choose not to deal with the blackmail.
Okay,
That's really,
Mrs. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead,
you got it. You got it, ref. Got it.
I was just about to say, Mrs. Diva, is that what I'm gearing at is that universally, I think every man and woman should be able to earn income, generate income outside from the workshop and inside the workshop, whatever career. By the time they come home, they should, even on a day off, they should be able to generate income. And so when I'm speaking on these things, is that I remember one of my best friends who passed away maybe 2-3 years ago, and he would always say to me, and I didn't work with him in the office. We do separate things. We live in the same neighborhood. We have children. We have camaraderie, and I remember he would always say, "I wish there was two of me and two of you." And I didn't really feel what he died from kidney failures, but at the same time, I'd have told him, I wish that was two of me and two of me and two of you in every zip code. So when I speak about earning money, I mean you should be able to earn money again, whether if you're on the clock or off the clock. And I was going to ask you though, Mrs. PH Diva, when you come across your women counterparts, your female counterparts, you spoke about schooling or whatever you do, but when you're out off the clock, when you come across these women and try to, earn money or get together, do you come across something similar when it comes down to your peers from your demographic?
I would prefer not to conduct business. So it could be a double-edged. So it could go one of two ways, right? So women who have children, a lot of times they may be more inconsistent, right? Either they're going to be an extreme hustler because they're trying to feed and clothe those children, or they may be more inconsistent. And when they're inconsistent, they think that their sob story is supposed to mean something to you because you're a black woman too. And I have to tell them very quickly, oh, that don't mean shit to me, baby. That just means you fired and I'm finna go get somebody else. Do not come telling me your problems. I don't give a fuck. Your problems are yours. Don't try to make them mine. And so that can be the issue that I run into. Go ahead, Sharon.
No, because it's interesting. Men do that very often in my field.
Really?
A lot.
Speak on it, sir. Speak on it,
They will
please.
come up and like all of a sudden, because the job is doing bad, also his family's doing bad too. It's weird as hell, and it kind of remind me also what was being said, like when he tried to use the divorce thing, right? Like he was trying to get some way to get in to have a rapport with me. And this is, I don't know if this is what they do. It just what you just said remind me of like men do this all the time. Yeah, man, my wife, I think I'm about to get a divorce. Sometimes, I was supposed to get you the shipment here today, but so what the
right,
sir? I don't give a fuck about your divorce.
Right.
I got, what I'm saying? I got men here. I got 2 men here, and I already told you how much they cost. So now it's 2 of them. You know, and so I never really like thought of it that way. But and absolutely, you gotta fire that person if
Right.
you know if you could get around the contract. Sometimes you just you stuck with the devil that you know with these contracts, but it's not just a woman thing, Diva. That's what I just realized.
Okay. Well, maybe
It's a
it's
man thing.
they telling you like because they're a man and they think you'll
It's
relate,
not.
and then the women are telling me because I'm a
Because
woman and they think I'll relate, but
you
I
will
don't
relate.
relate.
Right. They think that you are going to relate. And it's
But I
weird
want
the
to
first
actually
time that I
add
hear
on
it.
too. 'Cause
Say that
I
again?
want to add on to what bothers me is and you said you experience, both of you have experienced what I'm kind of getting at, and it's but what you said is like when you find that one person, or when you find that right person, it's like you're good to go. But when I what I can explain to you about clocking in on my terms, when it comes down to the fellas at the job, is that at the office would be, there's the cigar room.
Okay.
All right, I'm talking about early on when I used to smoke.
Okay.
So I would bring the black in my house and stuff like that. But the
That's not a cigar,
conversation would
by the
be
way.
different, huh?
That's not a cigar, by the way.
Okay, it's not. But the conversation would be different though. It would be because these fellas are married,
Mm-hmm.
all right, and I'm a bachelor,
Mm-hmm.
and there's only so far I could go into the room with them on certain levels, because there are certain criteria that I don't fit that type of civilization.
Well, I could talk
I
you
have
around. I could talk you around that easily. You know how you get in the rooms when you
I
are.
don't want to anymore, but go ahead. But
Oh, okay.
I saw the pushback. I saw the pushback early on
Mm.
of I'm assessing who I am,
Mm-hmm.
all the workplace shenanigans
Right.
or
Because
racism.
for sure, I understand where you're going because majority of the people that is successful for some strange reason are married men.
Mhm.
That's just what it is. And
And
that's
there's
one
only a
thing.
certain amount of things we could talk about afterwards, when we clock out. We could talk about the Yankees. We could talk about uh, life in general. But when it comes down to the home being of who we're obligated to, there was just a certain
You
scenario, and
always spoke this slowly.
always.
Mm.
And when it comes down to women too, I was going to ask you, Mrs. Diva, is that when you come across your circle of sisters or females, do you notice that there's a different conversation when women who are mothers versus and versus women who are just married?
Hmm.
When it comes down to the workplace, is there a different conversation between women who are just mothers and women who are just married?
Uh, I mean, I guess if they mothers, they gonna talk about their kids too. Like, and if they just married and ain't got no kids, they can't talk about their kids. But personally, I don't want to know about your personal life in the workplace unless we got some type of relationship outside of the workplace. But
Right.
generally speaking, and black people, black women, black men too, but black women, be very careful about discussing your outside life in the workplace. A lot of
My
white
goodness.
women will want to, discuss those type of things. It's not because they genuinely interested in you and what you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh it's because they want to be in your business and do what's called status checking. They want to make sure that you ain't got shit more than they got, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got something above you. They think that you're supposed to be beneath them, and that's what they coming to see. Are you beneath me?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in the event that they find out you are not, then you got a problem on your hands. Case in point, it was a black lady on TikTok. I forget what kind of content she do on there. But she got a couple kids. And I think she do like gardening content. But she was in her garden or whatever, and her neighbor, an older white woman, got to talking to her. And like a dummy, she got so friendly that she asked, "Hey, you want to come in for coffee?" And the white lady comes in they sit down and have coffee. The white lady say, "Can I use your restroom?" She let her go to the restroom. She come back, they chit chat a little bit more. The white lady leave and she think, "Oh, we just had a good conversation. That's my little friend now." After that, the white lady started being distant. She wasn't, speaking to her. She wasn't, trying to come over for coffee. At some point, the black lady finds out that what the white woman was over there to do was to get in her house and see, young nigga bitch, how are you with 2 kids able to live right next door to me?
To
Right? So
me.
she in the lady house. She taking pictures inside the lady house, put them in the neighborhood app, right? And so we got to stop being so stupid. These
And
people ain't coming here to be your friends.
that is a good point. And I know it's probably a weird correlation, but I noticed that with a lot of the big dogs in the industry, they are quick to have conversation with the low level people and laugh and joke, and everybody laugh at their jokes and shit. And they are quick to talk to them. And the reason why I believe is because they feel like they are bigger than them and more powerful than them, and they are status checking when they go in and talk and see who laugh at they little bullshit ass jokes. And I noticed that I gotta figure it out, because for me, it interrupts and it makes them my enemy, because when they come and they tell me they jokes, I'm like,
it's real, bro. It's real.
I don't laugh at they bullshit jokes. When they shake my hand, Diva, I don't allow them to turn my hand over this way. I make sure it's either going to stay neutral or I'm going to push my hand over yours.
Look at y'all hand fighting.
Yep.
Hey, how's everything going? You slow? No, how about you? we might go back and forth for 10 minutes. I'm gonna get miles on top last, goddamn shit. But it's a lot of them.
Go ahead.
It's a lot of those little things that be happening, and it's so many things that you gotta be aware of, and that is very true. You gotta be careful of the people that's acting all super friendly. They ain't really there to be super friendly. They'll come, another thing that they'll do, they'll come to you like, man, my shop is really slow. How y'all guys doing? That you try to make it seem like it was a casual conversation that's very similar to, come inside, have this coffee. You trying to check it. I know what you really trying to walk inside my house and see how the business is doing.
Right.
So they are not your friend, and majority of the time they are your enemy.
Yeah,
don't high five. No high five.
You know what I'm saying? All your business competitor.
Absolutely. Do not be telling them when you bought a new house, when you bought a new car. Do not do that. I showed up in my new car, and I didn't know, because obviously they wouldn't say it around me, but them crackers was in there. How can she afford that car? Because that's when I had just started out. But little did they know, I didn't buy the car. A nigga bought the car for me. So now what?
Hey, Diva, I can't even wear certain boots anymore.
Right.
They be like, look at this ugly ass nigga. Like, he on a job site with those boots on?
Yeah. They see the $200 Henley, right? They recognize it. What are you doing?
How they like my jacket sometimes I don't even like to wear it sometimes. Now it's dirty enough where most people don't know what it is. But a lot of the people they know what it is, and they like, the fuck? Who is this nigga on the neck?
They always do.
And if I put it on right now, Diva, and I show you, if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's I guess I can say here now. I don't think no one watching right now. It's coming. But it's a like $700 work jacket, but they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so when they be seeing me, they be like upset. They be like walking me down, like ding, 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 ding. Yeah. And they be trying to find ways to just sabotage for no reason. It's crazy.
Right. Because the thing is, even though they sit here and they try to play crazy, white people are keenly aware of all the systems that are in play, right? And when they see black people that got something they don't got, they think, hey, the shit didn't work, right? How did they get above me? They aren't supposed to be above me. All of these systems were supposed to work in a way to where I would be above them. And so now you got a problem. They will start trying to sabotage you at work.
Yeah, and this is another reason why, you know, like it got that saying that we always try to kind of notice it, right? But that those rich white men, they always dress raggedy and all that. It's because that's the game. They got to dress like that so nobody will fucking, you know, what we talking about right now, because they do it amongst themselves as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
And that's the thing that most people don't know. So that's why you see all those raggedy looking men, because they scared to have the new car. You come up in a new car, you come up in a goddamn Bentley, they like, oh, so I guess we ain't gonna give you no more jobs. Who the fuck you think you are? We all got F-150s.
Not all of them.
So, you know what I'm saying, dude? So now you gotta be a rich person, but you can't have, you know, you gotta come to the job with holes in your shirt, even though you are the owner of the company. I'm like, but you know, I gotta humble myself and start wearing some holy shit, so this way they could look at me as the worker instead of somebody that's moving. So it's weird, you know what I'm saying? Because they definitely would, and it's just such a twisted game, because like at this point you only getting about like 3% profit, 3 to 5%.
Damn.
Yeah, at this point, because you getting higher jobs, but still the profit ain't changed. You know what I'm saying? And now jobs is getting scarce, and it's just much easier to probably like work for somebody at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm closing out this week with just 30 something hours. I'm straight.
So you know, like that's just what it is, because the industry is just shrinking. And so while the industry is shrinking, who are they running to? They people.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now, you know what I'm saying? Now is because it's not such a open market anymore. And you know, so the market's getting smaller and smaller. So it's getting like, you know, like I be trying to have a conversation with people so they can understand, like, it's not what y'all think it is. Like I see you be seeing the headlines and gold is 4,000. That shit is a facade.
So
yeah,
that shit is not real life. Like, yo, when I see those goddamn tariff bills on every one of those units, like that shit is a real thing.
So it's like Amex Silver right now. Say for instance, silver, it's a little under 47 right now, but at the same time, if you go onto Walmart.com, it's showing you something totally different. Like you could buy an ounce of silver, Amex for 55 with shipping and handling. But what I'm saying is that silver even is going to go up. It's going to be 70 by the end of this year.
Yeah, but
70,
that's good. The problem is that majority of people don't understand what that's actually mean for the economy. That means that what does that mean when something like gold and silver start going up that quickly and it's at the highest that it's ever been? What does that mean for the U.S. economy? Do you have an idea what you believe it means? Or do you even believe it mean anything? Or you just believe that's just a way you should get in and make his money?
Well, I didn't bring it up for no reason, but
okay,
but you brought up the gold first.
Yeah.
It does mean that this downsizing of the economy is an actual factual thing, and it's a downsizing.
Not only that, that's a good point. And also it means that people are not trusting the American economy or the American dollar. So now they are pushing towards precious metals. That is not a good thing for the US government.
No.
That's what
words getting out quickly.
Right. And that's the thing that people are not actually realizing, right? You got to understand, like, things happen for a reason. It ain't just, let me just throw it. Why is it happening? And you know, what I'm saying? Like all these things matter, and this is where the leadership that me and Diva got figured out, because Diva did get on me about it, and now I got to get on Diva about it because she said I was going to be her test study too. So we got to figure out, because when you become more of a leader, you start to see things for what it is, not for just a reactionary situation, but you are proactive through life. And this is why your life, in your household, and your business, and in your work, whatever that is, all that shit is connected.
Mm-hmm.
And most people believe that it's not, but no. When people see your ass drunk, they kind of know who you are. They just tend to not fire you because they need that bottom 20% at their job as well. Some people don't realize that you just an extra body. You think the higher ups don't know who's the bottom 20% of workers? Did you not read Jack Welch? Jack Welch already ended all the bottom 20%. I don't know if you know who Jack Welch is.
Who is Jack Welch?
He was the CEO of GE. He's the one that brought them into where they at. They was losing money. Everybody was horrible. He was he wanted the most important white American CEOs.
Oh,
all the top CEOs, they came almost 80% of the top CEOs that we know came after him. Under his tutelage, he was their mentor and all that shit. That shit was bugged me out. And he's the one that started paying attention to the bottom 20% of your workers. And his main thing was if you really want your company to move up, you got to make sure they're not at the bottom 20% next year. So how do we do that? And then that's when he started the GE University. And started pushing people within. But what's interesting is an interesting story how he got there though. He's a pretty interesting guy. And we definitely got to figure out this whole leadership thing. I got to figure out the project managing, how I'm going to start wording that and make it make sense for it's actually valuable for somebody to use, because it's a lot of information, but if it's not structured properly, then it's just information, you know?
Right.
So I got to figure that part out too, because I don't want to go too fast. You know,
quick question.
Yeah.
For those who know, or at least on the panel, but I'm not going to give the answer. But it's a quick question, and people may come across it or they have. What is the relationship between gold and wheat?
What is it?
I'm not giving the answer, but it will be something that people will figure out eventually.
Okay.
Boy, then what you asked the
All
question
right,
for?
and
If you
I'm
ain't gonna
just
tell
gonna.
people to.
Okay, I'll give you the answer. My answer: a wise man sees all, hears all, and says nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. What is the relationship between wheat and gold? It's just like, why did the Tin Man hold an axe? there is a motivation in a relationship between both. You'll get it one day. We all will get it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe gold and wheat. Their comparison, that ain't the real reason why we in Ukraine. Ain't for no damn
Okay, you're almost on. Wait. It's not the reason. That's interesting, but you're
yeah.
Why did you stop? Why are you second guessing that, sir? You said the Ukraine part, but that's not the reason why we're in Ukraine.
Yeah,
why are you second guessing that though?
No, I'm not second guessing because I believe I know where you're going with it, and I'm assuming because it's a commodity, is a powerful one, but but my main thing is before we get people into investing and learning about commodity, because I tried to have a conversation about that as well, but most people, it's a very difficult conversation to really have for real.
Yes, it is.
Really to grasp what's really going on and how far behind we actually are. But I think we can start something if we start getting people to acknowledge the difference between like leadership and management and things of that nature, and this way they could lead their family and manage their family, right? Because those are two different things. Because people believe that you can't be a bad leader, but no, it's leaders that are bad. You know, like Jim Jones was a goddamn leader. You know what I'm saying? But he was a bad person, and a lot of people don't understand that they are great leaders, but they just bad human beings. And so it's a lot of work we got to do, Diva. Clearly,
it took Jim Jones 7 years to build up Jonestown. It took Dr. Umar Johnson 15 years to get caught up that he's never building at that school.
Right,
possibly. But people should have known, 2 or 3 years into it. So
right, and that's the bad person, but he's a good man.
He got a silver tongue. But okay, so another economic indicator, a non-traditional one, right? So we all know that LeBron is selling Hennessy and gambling, sports betting now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. Damn, bro.
Yeah. He's selling liquor and sports betting.
Yes,
liquor and gambling.
And
so yeah, but that's letting you know, like when people got to resort to, like LeBron James especially, right? They said he was close to being a billionaire, but if he resorting to this type of stuff to get some more money, like even at the top, it's getting tighter.
It's getting a little shaky.
Yeah.
Right, because and he also came out saying how he was broke too. I don't know if you see. Yeah, he did.
What he said?
Wow.
He said he was broke, but he was. I gotta watch it because I seen just a soundbite and I want to see what exactly he's talking about because it sounded like he being sarcastic, but also it could be like some truth to that sarcasm because, like you saying, like why are you one of the most healthiest men in the NBA? You doing Sprite commercials, bro? You know you don't drink no fucking Sprite. You know what I mean? People, you know how many kids you fucking up by doing that commercial?
And these indicators are real.
And so when I'm thinking about like now you even point out that he's doing Hennessy and gambling. So you doing liquor, gambling, and Sprite?
Yep.
Like those are three things that is not a part of what should be your brand. Is like what happened to you and the meditation shit.
Yeah. He said I need to get this money.
So it's like
So also remember a couple weeks ago they were saying or talking about how Nas got the green light for the casino in New York. Some part of New York. Okay, but remember, was it yesterday when I was saying these people are all just glorified front men? Yeah. If Nas owned 5%, if he a 5% owner in that group, I'd be super surprised. Yeah, he's basically just a face to get black people to be like, oh, we finna have ownership in something, right? Yeah. Nas ain't really no major owner in that.
And it's gonna be nothing but goddamn black folks smoking cigarettes and drinking Hennessy and sports betting in front, poor as hell.
So
because a lot of people like don't understand casinos bring a lot of negativeness to your town too.
Yeah, that's why a lot of places don't want them.
Just bring degeneracy. It bring a whole bunch of
the third world is the third world.
Right. It brings It's
like you go to those resorts and on those beautiful luxurious islands, but once you get outside them hotel resorts, travel a little bit, you start to see the stray dogs. You start to see a lot more.
Like, I don't know. But at the same time, I don't think sometimes I don't really think that we as a collective want to hear anything good from our own people. Like
facts.
The only time they really want to hear it if it's a popular person.
Something good like what? What do you mean?
Moving forward, learning about finances, learning about building your family correctly, learn about homeschooling, learn about eating healthier, reading healthier and understand that your digestion is more than just the food that you consume. You know, like all the things that is going to move you forward. Like the only time they want to hear it is when it's from a popular person.
Right.
But
And
just even think about what you just
the
said
problem-
about eating healthy, being a pioneer, the homeschools. 20 years ago, everybody was looking crazy when they were talking about I homeschool my kids. Now, what is it now?
Right. And
It's
then now to
normal.
see that's one of our most healthiest black men is pushing gambling, alcohol, and soda.
Hennessy.
It's just like, whoa. Like, do you have a money problem? Like, what is that?
Right. I was just like, huh? But even if he was gonna do an alcohol, I would think, I would expect him to be doing a more higher end alcohol than Hennessy. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Oh, why not your own?
that's a
Right.
that's near that's a
So
that's a multi-billion-dollar
and
company.
I know he
It's
can't
not
really.
doing as well. It is, but
No.
it's not that whole. Hennessy is not doing as well. The sales have dropped, which is why they're bringing in LeBron. But again,
Right.
I would think he would. It's not just about it being a multi-billion-dollar Hennessy, because it's also with Moet. It's also with Louis Vuitton, right? So all of those are one company.
Hermes,
But
right? Yeah.
so yeah, he could have. But it's still like Hennessy is a pretty lowbrow alcohol.
Right.
The shit don't even taste good.
Not anymore.
It's just like Diageo liquor. Ever since the Diddy trial kind of concluded, that company in value, the price it's dropping where it's pretty reasonable. It's almost at 90.
Yeah,
But
the issue is that like LeBron, if you are a billionaire, why are you taking all these goddamn endorsements?
Right.
That's the part that's kind of like, if I'm worth $1 billion, Hennessy is not going to be able to pay me to do that.
is the money drying up? Do you believe the money? Would you
That's
say
what-
it like that? Or?
That's what we're saying. We try to figure out, like, you got billionaires talking about they need endorsements. That's a problem. Or something going on that they don't have the money that we think they have. Maybe some businesses went wrong and they went awry, and he ain't as liquid as he want to be. It could be so many things happening, because a lot of these people are rich in social media, but in real life they don't got what they got or what people think they got. They richer than us normal people, but in reality, a lot of them live off of their name, and people don't realize that too. People give them shit. So I don't know. We got a lot of work. I gotta get some rest. I gotta read a lot and try to figure out how I'm gonna structure this situation. So I think it's a good idea, Diva.
What's a good idea?
To build this project management or leadership thing to get people into a different field and understanding.
Oh, okay.
A drunk man.
A lot of people don't even understand how you could make some really good money in project management, and project management go across a lot of industries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could go from 30,000 to 100,000 quick, fast, in a hurry by being a project manager.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it.
So, but you got to be able to speak the lingo. So, but I'm gonna figure that out. I think soon. I believe so.
Figure it out.
I just gotta start like remembering a lot of conversations that I be having and say, oh, okay, that's a point that I could use. I do a lot of thinking and self-reflection, and go to Diva's school.
Get you right in line.
Notice how I was not glazing I was not glazing the president like people be trying. I told you it's a character, but people, they say what they want. I hear you.
Hey, that's
making economics, making healthy things cool again, or like right now, immediately for you or I, there is a way. There's a solution based to that.
Hey, that's
There's
what
to
SBG
make
stands for.
holistic economics
my name.
healthy.
You know that's what SBG stand for, correct?
I looked into that.
Oh, okay.
I look into that. I'm not in opposition of that.
Okay, perfect.
Doing that in my household alone is work. You know.
Shout out to
with the
Davey
kids.
Dick. He is absolutely right. A lot of project managers do not deal with budgets, and they don't even really know the have. So, but I think it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna keep on building. Diva, how you like my decision to cut ties with the tough talk?
I think it's a good decision, sir.
Gotta be made, right? Sometimes it gotta be made. And I'm just I'm trying to figure out how often should I do the verticals and how often I shouldn't. That's the only thing I gotta figure out.
Okay.
What topics?
It probably was gonna be some drama over there tonight, though. It was some shit. I woke up this morning and was listening to some shit that was going on.
Turn bomb cherry on.
Yes.
Take a look in the mirror and say, "What's up?" It's like, oh shit, it's getting popping. I was like, what? I missed all of this last night.
Right.
I was like, who pussy popping on the handstand? Like, oh damn.
I was like, fuck, why I couldn't be up?
He said, what did he say? He said, when she with him, she with him. She with me, she with me. I was like, holy shit.
Right. And we in the same city. I know she coming to see him. If I'm there, I get up with her. Like, what? I wait my turn. Like, really, sir?
I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, well.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, the idea that they keep saying that YouTube is not a dating app anymore is a lie.
Right.
This shit is still a full-fledged dating app. Because the amount of people turn into Eskimo bros and and breaking up happy homes and creating new ones is just insane that this is really happening for real.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop, especially her. I was like, oh, she's so sweet. I was like, well, hey, shit, sis got needs too. She grown, so.
Right. But then when it was like, when he said it the way how he said it, I was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what, man? I'm glad I don't get caught up in none of this shit. Like, but it was a good listen because I had to drive to Princeton. So it was a good listen. I was dying laughing the whole.
What you was doing in Princeton? That's what the thing was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's where the conference was at. Interesting group of human beings, though. Everybody.
As I will get out of here, I just will say this: in certain states, there is a male shortage. Pay attention.
I hear that. Diva, you got any final words?
Bye, y'all.
Nothing wrong with being.
Hype me up.
Let me.